Hey guys, it's Alex here, and I am back with the network save. So it's been a while, been quite a few months actually. Um, to be honest, as as much as I wanted to get it out quite regularly, it's just it didn't happen like that. So I'm going to be doing shorter reviews for the next few sort of episodes we do because we are going to be playing it over the summer a bit more. We did play it. We have actually got into the new season, so definitely going to be playing a bit more, and hopefully this can come out more often. So after I got that through, we've got we finished the season. We finished our first season, so I can take you through everyone's fixtures for the end of the year and how we did in the league and everyone's sort of stats. So I'll start with Burnley first. So Burnley, the team I was managing, last time we left off, I just lost to West Brom 2-0. So after that, we had Man City, which was going to be fun. But we actually drew this one 1-1. We did quite well. Danny Ings got a very early goal for us, and we tried to hold out for the win here. Unfortunately, we couldn't. Dzeko, second half substitute, gave them the equaliser, but still a draw at City. I was very happy with. After that, though, we lost 3-2 to Hull at home. After taking the lead twice through Scott Arfield and Marvin Sordell, they came back and got an 87th minute winner, which sort of was a bit crushing. After that, though, we had a FA Cup fifth round versus Bristol City. Sam Vokes and Scott Arfield with two goals to take us up in the lead again. Luke Freeman for them, pegging us back each time, taking us to a replay. Between that, we had Leicester, and they smashed us. Harry smashed us in this game. His team is very good, I have to say. And the formation he's playing is sort of taking the best out of it. They just dominated 4-0. Cambiasso, knockout, Nugent with two. Really annoying there. So that wasn't the funnest of games to play. After that, got back to winning ways with Bristol City. Three goals in 10 minutes through Djukwitz and Di Marni gave us the win there. They got a late goal from Bobby Reed, but it didn't really count for anything as we moved on to the next round. After that, we got a win in the league for the first time since December, actually. Right at the end of February, first win since Swansea. 1-0 win over Stoke, Djukwitz goal there. After that, we lost 4-2 to Liverpool in the Cup. Really couldn't stand up to them. Soldell and Scott Arfield getting consolation goals, but that's about it. Then we had Tottenham away, and it could have been so much better. Yarmolenko with an early penalty for them. Scott Arfield with an equalising penalty. Then Sam Vokes in the 79th minute putting us up 2-1. Then Christian Eriksen, 86th minute equaliser and a 92nd minute winner. So just awful. I thought we'd won it, and we bloody lost. So that was really annoying, especially going into the run of games we did go into. A 2-0 loss to Chelsea, 3-0 loss to Liverpool when Ben Mee got sent off in the 39th minute. A 4-0 loss to Newcastle, got completely just outplayed in this one. I don't know what happened. And then a 1-0 loss to Villa, who's managed by Steven, a 93rd minute winner by bloody Darren Bent. Just not good. But then out of all things, we bloody beat Man United 3-2. Top of the league, and we beat them 3-2. David Jones of all people. Bloody David Jones gets us two. Puts us up 1-0 in the 16th minute. Marvin Sordell puts us up 2-0. Wayne Rooney gets one back just before half time. Right after half time, David Jones gets another. And then later on, Massa gets one, and we go into complete contain mode, and we fucking win 3-2. It's incredible. And this actually sparked a bit of a comeback towards the end of the season. After that, we had a 2-0 win over Palace. A very late win over Palace, actually. 92nd and 93rd minute from Kieran Trippier and Matty Taylor. I don't think I've ever seen something this late, but thankfully we get the win there. Looks a lot better than it was. 4-1 loss to Southampton. They are very good. David Jones with an early penalty for us, so I thought it was all going great, and then we get smashed. Tadic, Pele with two, and James Ward-Prowse with goals there, all in the first half. We couldn't come back from that. We did beat Swansea 2-1 though. Danny Ings and George Boyd us started scoring straight after their sending off, but they got a late goal, but didn't matter. 2-0 win over West Ham. Danny Ings and Matty Taylor with two late goals again. And then the last game of the season we played Arsenal. Podolski put them up 1-0, but George Boyd in the 80th minute gets an equaliser, and so we didn't get a loss on the last day of the season, which was quite good. So yeah, that was our fixtures. We had really poor form, but towards the end we sort of picked it up a bit. So if I show you our squad this year, obviously man of the season, Danny Ings. 17 goals, 7 assists. He is the star player for us. 22. He signed a new contract till 2018. So definitely, definitely want to keep him around and see if he can do as well next year. Scott Arfield did well, along with Matty Taylor. Both got 6 goals. Matty Taylor had a bit of an injury-ridden season, which wasn't good. But them two did very well. Average rating-wise, it's not very high, just because we're bloody Burnley. We don't have such a poor team. Dean Marney did all right, played 41 games, but we just need. There's going to be a lot of change basically in the in next year to try and bring in a lot more players to see if we can hold up a lot better, and try and improve on that sort of formation we've finished this year. Formation, position, but that I think. Oh wait, yeah, we have we cleared our debts. We cleared our debts. We got to 24 million in the bank, and then the board have announced that we're building a new stadium that will be finished in 2017. So that is really annoying, seeing as now we're paying 47 million pounds for it, and we're paying 427k per month until 2025. So just coming out of debt, and we're going to go straight back into debt for another 10 years. So we're moving from a 21,000 all-seater to a 31,000 seater called Burnley Stadium. So we're adding 10,000 seats, which is just, I don't think that's worth bloody 47 million. Just getting another 10k seats. But that's that really, really kind of just puts a damper on things in a way. But yeah, so that is Burnley. So next on, we're going to move on to Leicester, I think. So, as you might remember, Harry was managing Leicester, and at the halfway point, he had a lot of draws. He hadn't had the best of starts, but out of all of us, I think he's had the best end to the season. So he's definitely done the best out of all of us, and he's got a lot of money for next year, I think. So that is sort of the little thing to come. So last game we left off with him. He'd just beaten Crystal Palace 3-0. After that was a draw to Swansea 0-0 away. Not too bad result there. Then he went beat Southampton 2-1. David Nugent and Matty James with 2 late goals to give him the win there. Obviously beats me 4-0. That wasn't a fun game in the chat to play. Then he went and beat Arsenal 3-2 away. Andy King with both goals there. And Esteban Cambiasso giving the 3-2 win. 3-0 win over QPR. Knockhart, Nugent and Pavel Savitsky with goals there to give him another win. Then he, sort of out of nowhere, he lost to Everton 6-2. Really weird. Savitsky with his 2 consolation goals, but Valencia, bloody Antonio Valencia gets a hat-trick. Naismith gets 2 and Bentaleb gets 1 there. So it was very weird seeing that. After that, though, got back to winning ways. Sunderland with a 4-2 win. Savitsky, Knockhart with 2 and Bogger with 1. West Brom, he lost 3-1, which quite odd. Sessegnon with 2 and Brown Adai with 1 there. Savitsky with an early goal, so it was going quite well, and then sort of didn't do well off that. Then after that, of all things, he goes and beats Man City 1-0. Pavel Savitsky with a goal. Savitsky's done very well. He's a very good player. One of the players I was going in for at the start of the year, because he had I think you can offer him a contract and a bit of consolation, and he goes to them. After that, he lost though to Hull. Jelovic with a goal there. Lost to West Ham 2-1. Winston Reid own goal being a consolation there. Stoke he beat 1-0. Savitsky again with a goal. Then lost 5-1 to Tottenham. So it's very back and forth because he can beat Arsenal and Man City, but then loses to Hull, West Ham, and then gets smashed 5-1 by Tottenham. Knockhart with his consolation. Soldado with a hat-trick against him. Yarmolenko and Christian Eriksen with goals. And then of course goes and beats Chelsea 3-2. Knockhart with a hat-trick there. After going down 2-1, and then Luis getting sent off. And then last game of the season, lost 2-1 to Liverpool. Musacchio, Sterling with 2 early goals for Liverpool, and Knockhart with a sort of consolation there. So Harry's done very well with Leicester, I think, and he's got quite a bit of money to work with. So I think next year he's definitely going to be a force to reckon with. I know a little bit because we played a bit. So watch out for Leicester, I'd say. So if we look at their players overall, if we go to, there we go, best player, I guess, well, one of the better players was Anthony Knockhart for him. 13 goals, 8 assists, and it's really annoying because his values are so much higher than mine. Savitsky did very well, 12 goals, 6 assists in his 21 games. Came in January actually, so he did very well there. David Nugent, 10 goals and 5 assists. Um, then also Jeremy Bogger did well, 9 goals, 3 assists. Andy King, 5 goals, 6 assists. Average rating wise, Savitsky is top. Cambiasso had 7.32. Andy King did well. Matty James did well also. Kieran Clark did alright, but yeah, he's got a very good squad coming through. Um, and he's got quite a few he can sell for a bit of money because there are quite a few valued players here. Like Andy King's worth 9.5 mil. My highest player is 6.75 mil. So yeah, he's doing quite well there. I don't think he's got much going on in terms of sort of stadium expansions or anything. No, he doesn't. So I think that's going to be Leicester. Next up will be Aston Villa. So Stephen was managing Aston Villa, who had joined later on in the season. He joined. Well, when did he join again? I'm trying to look at his history. When did he join? He joined again in November. So now he had a transfer window to go through, and then he sort of can get a bit more into the game. This is actually quite. Well, Stephen had been quite new to the game actually with this. So this first season was sort of a tester season, quite jumping into the deep zone, I'd say, for him. So after last time, I think we left at his 2-0 loss to Tottenham, had a bit of a bad fixture list here. It seems that the fixture list is the same for everyone. It's just switched around because look, Tottenham, Chelsea, Liverpool, Newcastle is basically what I had, but in a different time. So after that, they lost 3-0 to Chelsea. They are just overpowered in this save. 3-2 win over Liverpool though. Benteke, Ashley Westwood, and Elia with goals for him in the first half. He got 2 back after half time, and then he got a man sent off. So everyone thought he was going to lose, but he held on for the 3-2 win there. Lost 3-1 to Newcastle. Yuri Zakore with a consolation after Siem de Jong and Philippe Baloy with goals for Newcastle. 2-1 win over West Ham. Yuri Zakore for them before Matt Jarvis equalised, and Elia with an 82nd minute win there. 4-1 loss to Man United. Van Persie and Falcao with goals. Falcao is just ridiculous on this game. Look at that. He is insane on this game, which was really weird seeing as he didn't do so well in real life there. After that, lost 1-0 to Palace. Fraser Campbell as got the goal there. 2-1 over Southampton. Win there. Charlie Adam and a Christian Benteke penalty in the 90th minute to give him the win there, which was good. Swansea was a 1-0 loss through Sigurdsson. Then he went and beat me, Darren Bent, 93rd minute. I'm not having many luck against people in this network game, it seems. So that wasn't too good for me, at least. Good for him. Danny Welbeck goal for Arsenal meant that he lost away to Arsenal. Not too bad of a loss though. Only by 1 goal. QPI drew 1-1 with Benteke and Edward Vargas with a 90th minute equaliser. 3-1 loss to Everton. Oviedo, Morales and Atsu with goals for Everton, and Zogbia with his goal. He could have brought it back. It was a 2-1 when he scored that, and straight after, any chance to come back was sort of quickly diminished by Christian Atsu there. But then finished the season strong. 1-0 win over Sunderland. Gabby Ogbonlahor with a goal. 2-1 win over West Brom. Ogbonlahor and Grealish with goals there. And then a 2-2 draw with City at home. He could have won it as well. Tom Cleverley with the early goal. He thought he won it. Nastasic with the equaliser in the 80th minute. Then Darren Bent scores the 87th. And then Nasri scores 88th when he thought he could win the last game of the season. But he drew as well. So he had an alright actually end of the season. He had a bit of a patchy form here. In sort of January, and it was a bit patchy, but this is sort of like lower league clubs, so was sort of thought of generally to be like that. So if we go to his squad, we can see who his best performers were. Obviously, well, actually not obviously. His most goals was actually Andy Weimann. Benteke didn't have a good year this year. 6 goals for him, and that's it. Assists wise, Jack Grealish got 7 assists. He's going to be bringing in more. I know he likes Jack Grealish he has a other Reading save he's played, so he's signed him for that, and he knows he does well, so he's happy with him there. But overall, not really an outstanding performer. I guess average rating wise, Grealish, Elia, and Zogbia, not too bad. Values wise, Benteke. he is wanted, and I think he's going to sell him because he just hasn't been doing well. He can get a bit of money out of him. But yeah, there's not really anything going on at the moment. Um, but I think he's going to be changing a lot of players up for next year anyway, like most of us are anyway. So that is Aston Villa. Now going on to Ben with Reading. So after Ben's sacking from QPR, he had gone to Reading. He'd only been a month in charge by the time of the first review, so now he's had a lot more time in with Reading, so he's actually done quite a lot better with them now. So last time we left them, it was after his 2-1 win over Sheffield Wednesday. There's been poor form by Reading before, but if you look at the fixture list there for this like second half of the season, he's done very well actually. After that was a 3-1 win over Wolves. Robson, Kanu, Mackie and Poprebniak with goals there. 2-0 win over Leeds. Obita and McCleary for him. He lost to Wigan 3-1. Karachan with his sort of consolation after Oriol Riera and an own goal for McCleary, giving him a loss there. But then when he didn't lose actually that many games at all. Beat Ipswich 3-0. Jake Taylor with 2 and Obita with 1 there. 2-1 to Huddersfield. Mackie with both goals. A 4-1 win over Nottingham Forest. Alex Pearce, Simon Cox with 2 and McCleary. He did lose to Bolton Wanderers 2-0, which was a bit weird out of all people, Bolton. Joe Mason and Lee Chung-yong with goals there. 1-1 draw with Brighton, Nick Blackman with his goal, and he got a late equaliser for him there. And then Watford was a 2-2 draw. Gabriel Tamas, Troy Deeney with their goals. Jordan Obita with both his goals there. So he lost it again quite late. Troy Deeney with the equaliser in the 85th minute. Birmingham City beat 1-0. Simon Cox the goal. Charlton Athletic he beat 1-0 through Pavel Pogrebniak. 3-1 loss to Cardiff actually here. Pogrebniak with his only goal, and then a 2-1 loss to Blackpool of all people. Nick Blackman with his goal, but I don't know how Blackpool beat him there. He drew with Blackburn 2-0. A late equaliser by Pavel Pogrebniak gave him a draw, so he wasn't losing 3 on the bounce. Then got back to winning ways of a 3-2 win over Bournemouth. Jamie Mackie with 2 and McCleary with 1, even with the man sent off for a good 30 minutes or so. Then he beat Rotherham 4-1, an own goal, 2 goals from McCleary and Mackie with goals there. Brentford was a 1-1 draw. Mackie and Nick Proschwitz for Brentford's goal. And then last game of the season was a 0-0 draw to Derby. So he's actually done pretty well with it. He's turned it around quite well with them. So overall, his best players, Pogrebniak actually scored 11 this year. Obita done very well. He's got 10. Simon Cox also got 10. McCleary got 5. Assists-wise, Chris Gunter, his right back, got 9. Obita, Jake Taylor both got 8 each. Yeah, doing very well. Stephen Kelly had a good average rating along with Jake Taylor, McCleary, Michael Hector, Jordan Obita. Reading have got quite a good few youngsters coming through, so I think depending on what signings Ben makes next year, he could really be up there for getting promotion back to the Premier League with Reading, which would be quite good to see him coming back into the Premier League with a different club, and a sort of second go round seeing how well he does, because along with Stephen, Ben was quite new to FM when he joined this network game, so he sort of didn't have as much experience as maybe me or Harry did. But yeah, he's been doing very well with them so far. So that is Reading. So next up is Matt. So Matt was playing with Crystal Palace when he joined in with us. But the thing with Matt is that he didn't actually play that much. He didn't have a lot of time to come round to play. So he, to be honest, I don't know how many of these games he actually did play himself. So as you can see, it isn't the best looking form for Crystal Palace. So starting off, I think, yeah, here we go. Starting off after his loss to Harry, he lost 2-0 to Stoke, lost 3-0 to Tottenham, Adebayor, Yarmolenko, Lennon. He lost 6-0 to Crystal Palace, Hazard with 2, Oscar, Cuadrado and Schürrle with 2. Lost 2-1 to Liverpool, Vangioni with a consolation goal. Actually could have he got an equaliser, but Balotelli penalty late on meant that they lost that as well. Newcastle was a 4-2 loss. Joe Ledley and James MacArthur with 2 consolation goals there. He actually beat Stephen at Aston Villa 1-0. Fraser Campbell with his goal there. then lost 7-0 to Man United, which is pretty bad. But Di Maria, Vertonghen, Falcao with two, Mata, Van Persie with two, but don't think he managed this one. He did actually beat West Ham 4-1, Shamak with the hat trick there, and Dwight Gale, and a 2-1 win over Southampton, Shamak with two. Then going back, losing 4-2 to Swansea, Thomas Carroll with two, Wilfred Boney and Sigurdsson. 2-0 loss to me as Burnley, but I didn't play that game, I remember. Arsenal was a 3-0 loss as well. Beat QPR 1-0, Dwight Gale with an early goal there. 1-1 draw with Everton, Vangioni with his goal, and then a 3-0 loss at the end to Sunderland. So, as you can guess, he actually was sacked at the end of the year. Matt, yeah, didn't do the best in charge. But the thing is, he didn't actually play many of the games because he wasn't around to compete in the games, so he didn't really actually play any of them. So it really isn't him managing; it was just the assistant manager playing. So see, look, time on holiday, 160 days out of 194, so 82.4% played. It still has like he's lost 19 games, but he hasn't really managed those himself. So yeah, Matt is looking for a job right now. Hopefully next year he can get back in and he can have a bit more time to play. So we'll see what happens with that. But he didn't really do the best with Palace, but he wasn't there for it, so you can't really sort of slight him for it. But yeah, that's the second sacking of the save so far now, first season in. So overall, Shamak with his best goal scorer there. Vangioni got five as well. Fraser Campbell five. Dwight Gale got five. Assist wise, Shamak got five. Average rating wise, Vangioni. But we're not going to be looking at Palace anymore because he's going to be moving on to another club. So next year we'll see who he can find to be the manager of them. But yeah, so I think really that is it for sort of everyone's sort of club rundowns. So let's just go through the league now. So this is what the Premier League table stands as of the end of the first season. Man United win the league on 86 points. They win it over Chelsea, 86 points, just by pure goal difference. They did have 25. They only lost two games the entire season, actually, and one was to Burnley and the other to Man City. So I'm very happy with that. They smashed it this year. 98 goals scored, 23 against, 75 goal difference. Chelsea come up in second. Tottenham, actually, surprised there, come up in third. Arsenal in fourth. Man City down in fifth. Stoke, surprise package in sixth. And Everton seventh. Eighth with Liverpool. Hull up in ninth. Swansea 10th. First manager there, Leicester, with 11. He got 13 wins, 11 draws, 14 losses. So he did very well towards the end. 50 points there for him. Below him, Newcastle 12th. Then Southampton in 13th. West Brom in 14th. I finished in 15th on 39 points. 11 wins, 6 draws, 21 losses. Not the best form. Right below me was Stephen with Reading. 11 wins, 4 draws, 23 losses. 37 points there. West Ham avoided the drop with 35 points. So both of us avoided the drop by, in the end, a considerable amount of points, 5 and 7 points, but it's still quite close. Going down this year, Sunderland on 32 points. Matt's Crystal Palace on 30 points, and then Ben's QPR, or previous QPR, on 22 points. QPR never really could come back from that sort of early game destruction, I think, so they didn't do very well at all there. So that is the league standings overall. If we go to Championship, we can see now, oh, there we go, the league table as it stands. Wigan coming up, along with Brighton and Cardiff, who won through the playoffs. Ben finished in 10th with Reading, which was, I think, quite a lot better than they were when he took over. If I look at past positions and look at Reading, oh God, I have to look at how many games have been played at the halfway point of the season. Oh, Jesus. So when he took over, he was 24 games in, so they were 15th when he took over. Took him up to 10th, so improvement there for Ben, and hopefully next year he can move up a lot more. So if you look at the Premier League stats, team stats I guess first, Man United obviously doing very well with goals and conceded. Not really anything interesting in there player-wise. Average rating, uh, Mata with that, Falcao, Eden Hazard, Rafa, all Man United players there. Goals wise, look at that. Falcao destroyed it. 35 goals in the league. He scored 38 in 36 this year. That's completely unrealistic, but fucking hell. Diogo Costa and Welbeck both got 20. Mata and Hazard got 17 each. Assist-wise, Mata and Ericsson tied top with 17. Hazard with 15. Rafael 14. Quadrado with 12. Danny Ings, shot on target ratio 59%. I'm happy with that. Players of the match, Hazard got that. I think clean sheets, De Gea won that along with Chesney. That's I think it for Premier League stats, player stats. Championship, there's really not much to look at. Top goal scorer was Imagara. Assists was Sotitris Ninis. Not really much there. If we look at awards for the Premier League, Golden Glove went to David De Gea. I think he played less games. Yeah, he played less games, so he won it over Chesney. Football of the Year went to Juan Mata. 17 goals, 17 assists, 7.66 average rating. Very good play by him. Man United are ridiculous. Goal of the Month, David Jones won in April for his goal versus Man United. Yes, get the fuck in. It was a fucking scream. Actually, I'm going to fucking show you. Because, going back to me, because I just want to, it was a ridiculous. I don't remember which goal it was though. I'm hoping it's the 48th minute goal. But it's a goal of the month, so I don't know if it's goal of the year, but it was a goal of the month. So I wanna see how it is. I apologise for this. I will show goals if they're in the goal of the month for other people. Is this the goal? Scott Arfield into Dean Marnie to Jones. No, it's not that goal. It's the first one. Here we go. Coming out to Thorpe, into Arfield, into Marnie, into David Jones. 30-yard screamer by David Jones to give us the lead there. So that got a goal of the month. Is there any other goal of the months from anyone? Chandra Shelby, Paulinho, Navas, Milner, Elia. Okay, we'll show you that one. 13th of December. I will go through that one. And I think that's it. So off to Aston Villa, 13th of December. See, I'm not I'm not biased here. I will go through to show Elia's goal. Don't know how good it is. 13th of December. There we go, against Everton. Apparently this one was a good goal. 71st minute. This was a late consolation for Stephen when he was playing against Everton here. He was in charge by this one. Yeah, he was. So Elliot was, I think, a lot of players though for Aston Villa were players that he hadn't signed, so it's quite hard coming in, especially when they spend a lot of your money. They sold a lot of his centre backs as well. So into Sanchez there, Cleverly, into Westwood, into Elia. Nice strike there. Probably nice sort of corner finish there for him. His first goal apparently. But let's get back to awards. Probably won't do that again. Goal of the season though went to Chris Brunt from West Brom. Then manager of the month. There's the managers of the months. None of us were in there, I think, ever. Manager of the year went to Lou Van Gaal, or Lou Van Gaal at Man United, obviously, winning the league with them. Player of the year went to Eden Hazard, 17 goals, 15 assists, played very well. Players team of the year, a lot of Man United in there. The entire back four is Man United, both up front and centre mid of Mata. Navas, Ericsson and Cazorla round up the first team. Young player of the year went to Christian Eriksen, who's 23, which doesn't really make sense, but I guess he's still young. Top goal scorer, obviously Falcao. Young players of the month, Chalobah did get it one month when he was on loan from Chelsea. Savitsky won it for 2 months there, April and March with Leicester, and he won it in January as well, so he's definitely doing well. And then I think that's it for awards wise. If we look at Championship, I don't know if there's anything Ben's players got into. I don't know, I can't see Reading anywhere. No. Player of the year, no, nothing with Reading in. So I think generally that is the overall picture there. So next season, I think I'm going to be doing a shorter review, so it won't be a half season review. It'll be like a 2 or 3 months in. So hopefully we'll have a bit more to go over with transfers wise, but it'll be a shorter episode because it won't be massive amounts, and we can get it quicker. I can sort of do it quicker and record it and get it out as sort of more regular series. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's been Alex, and I'll see you guys later.